A happy 3:50 a.m. here in Cottersville, Georgia. Some of y'all are just getting to sleep. My depressed friends, I hope you're doing okay. Outside of them, some of y'all just getting off work. I'd be happy to have you on your drive home. You just can't really watch the screen. Welcome, welcome. We're pepped up, ready to go, and since I'm not a coffee snob, ready to enjoy our cold beverage for the morning. Now, let's be clear, y'all. If I could, I would be a coffee snob, but in today's America, a coffee snob in today's America? No, thank you. I'll save my money for vet bills and rent, thank you. But, oh no, is that sunset or rise? Looks like it's rising. I think it's rise, but with the rain, I'm still mildly concerned. This game is steadily becoming more difficult, and I kinda dig it, kinda hate it. Do not eat the turtle or I will kill you. I'll put up with it if you go after the cow, and my sheep. Kill my turtle and I'll fucking axe you, friend. Turtles are super rare, and I still want to get some scoops eventually. Also, y'all, assuming this world lasts long enough, because every time I put, like, long-term plans on a world, something stupid happens. Right as I say fucking long-term plans, I hear a fucking witch. The game doesn't let me make long-term plans, friends. But, all jokes aside on that one, if I get the chance, I will try to make a more... Okay, it's sun going down, not up. But, if I... Oh, boy. I lived. I freaking did not fall as far as I thought I did. Okay, stop being melodramatic. But, ideally, like I said, this last paycheck was a bit of a bust. Good-esque news from the lawyer is the house, I think I can talk about it now because it's, like, not in recording. Stop barking, I'm on the mic. But, sheepo. Sheepo. In other news, we have Velcroed the cat's dish to their place. Where there's, and I'm going to Velcro others as time goes by. But the first one is Velcro. Give me just a moment to deal with that. Sorry about that, I kind of got to carry the remote because the headset's connected. Shifu! You that way. You! Leave Martin alone. He is not someone for you to bully. He is friend. You go be nice. Shifu, I thank you for trying to prevent an argument, but you were about to cause one. Oh, look at you trying to be a little assistant. Up we go. There you go, my little co-host. Here's a tip for the uh-oh. 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 I'm blocking the screen and I heard bad things. Give me a minute. I done found myself in the wilderness dealing with IRL stuff. Oh, I should not be cocky. It's early in the game, but I could still very easily get fucking got. Now that I'm at safety. Oh, don't pout, buddy. You make a good co-host. You just gotta remember, if you're in the co-host chair, bud, unless you're getting up to go to the bathroom or go get stuff, you do good to stay in the co-host chair. No, y'all, I really want to get a shot of him like this. Because he was just sitting in the chair, slightly looking away from me, or on the couch, slightly looking away from me, just doing his adorable little doggy pouch. Like I said, y'all, I dream of having a setup like Lance from the Surf Times one day to where I can have like, oh, you donated $1. Hey, check out the doggo cam. And I show you like Shifu or Ben or Alice, either of the three. But that day will come eventually, I think. Maybe. Honestly, I'm happy with our growth where it is. I was genuinely shocked when people showed up for the stream, and I'm like, oh, ruh-roh. How do I talk to people without talking? And I'm like, oh wait, this game does have a keyboard feature. There is a speech box here. And I was like, and surely my viewers, as high-end and awesome as they are, know how to read. Or are in the process of learning. We do not shame on this channel. Slow progress is still progress. That being said, if you're like my age, maybe you should be a little bit further along than see Spot run. But, you know, again, progress is progress, and each step towards literacy is a win for our country. I feel like I'm wasting these supplies at the same time. And currently I'm listening to Ole and Friends. I know when it goes off I have to head to work, unfortunately. But, yeah. Personally, I would highly suggest going to check out their take on it, because they're currently talking about the Diddy trial, and y'all, I am so disgusted with our country. Like, the more I look at it, the more I look into things, the more and what's bad, y'all, is I keep looking to try to, like, I was raised by a military person who I cannot talk about much about what he did, but he did a lot of good and bad. And it's like, I was always taught, yeah, that's kind of like what America is. We're good and bad. We do our best, but yeah, we fuck up a lot. And I always took it as, oh, well, charitably, yeah, we do fuck up a lot, but yeah, at least we're trying. I mean, we could just be like, and now I feel insulted because I'm like, well, I can't really enter a country because all the countries that don't get involved are usually because they're too busy handling their own affairs. I mean, it's a little hard to get involved with nonsensical bullshit when you're busy, you know, trying to put in food infrastructure, trying to put in road infrastructure and things that people can move back and forth on, travel by. It's hard to care about bullshit when you're, like, building. It'd be like me on here and then somebody messaged me suddenly, Travis, hurry, we need you on this forum. Why? This user stole our pigs. Okay, that sounds like a you deal, honey. You got that. How dare you destroy our what contract? And they just start destroying all my shit over and over again, and all of their people are like super mean. Like I said, my takes are very childish at times, but it's because it feels like a defense mechanism, really, y'all. The heavier the topic, the easier it is for me to divert into ooh fuck it culture. Because let's be clear, Diddy, much like our president, totally pimped people that did not want to be pimped. It wasn't a fun kink for them. They weren't having a good time. They were assaulted repeatedly by people that have a degree of power. And this man, again, Diddy, he beat them. He intimidated them. He raped them. And now, yeah, he's facing a few charges, but nothing that's going to RICO, nothing that's going to bring down the people that were working with him. And, y'all, do you know how bad it is for celebrities in prison? I got news for you. It's not. Unless they did, like, something evil that, like, the other inmates actually care about and not, like... See, here's my thing with Diddy. Because they got him off, more or less, on the charges, I mean, the other inmates aren't gonna... They might bully him, but it's not like anything's gonna be done where I'm gonna see a dead Diddy. They're probably gonna send him to a soft, cushy prison where he'll never be put in gin pop to face people that are actually, like, either wildly racist and would kill him for his melanin, or players from back in the day who might have been hurt by his father or the ones his father run with, or any of the other things that, again, you should not hope for. That's fucking terrible. But Diddy did terrible, fucking unspeakable things, and we're just letting it go. He's just going to spend a couple years in prison, about 10 to 15, again. A long time for me, you poor people. It would ruin our entire lives. I mean, try to just walk away from your life for 10 years. You can't fucking do it. But give you a few $1 billion, yeah, bet you could walk away for 10 years. How do I put this? Because I'm trying to be tactful, because yeah, I get it, I bang the let's eat the rich drum so often that y'all probably think I'm in a drum line. But y'all, it's because it's like half of us are out here on the extreme side saying kill and eat them all, devour their children, let's throw them off the walls. And then the other half are like, how dare you insult our dear God? Why, what are you doing with your life? Bill and Melinda Gates are curing those children in the untouchable countries. What are you doing? You know, we fucking, it's either let's eat the rich or how dare you insult our overlords. They are so kind to us. I'm genuinely, y'all, real talk, trying to be an in-between voice here. I just, again, try to find the point when America did a good thing. I mean it. Try. I'm not being a dick about it here. I'm just being honest. Try to find me one moment when America like, that was nice, America. Good job. Not because our European counterparts demanded us do it. Not because we did it out of fear or for profit. But because, hey, you know, that's the right thing to do. We should just go ahead and do that. It's the right thing to do. When was the last time America ever did that? And that's a legit question. Throw it in the comments. I know nobody's going to watch this outside of like my 3 real fans, and I love you guys. But, I mean, real talk. Try to find some good news yourself, because I'm trying. I mean, I can find things for like public regulation. Oh, well, we ended slavery. I mean, great, but we were the last country, and we didn't really end it, because for the record, if you get locked up in this country, your prison guard can come in there and beat you with a stick until you go out and work. So, I'm just going to say, how is that not slavery? I mean, they can take you, and they have forced women to give birth without any form of anesthetic. And then just immediately, like an animal, they moved in there and took the baby immediately from the new mother. And sent her back to her prison cell, bleeding, unstitched outside of some fucking super glue. And yeah, she lived. But y'all, do I have to explain to the human... I'm trusting most of the people watching me, especially this early morning stream, are old enough to realize it's not always about what you can survive. It's what surviving that does to your brain. Because yeah, y'all, newsflash, if I take you and drop you in Chernobyl for about a month, you'll survive. The radiation won't even kill you. It'll just make you really, really, really sick. But you'll survive. Who wants to go to Chernobyl and check it out? Now, yeah, you can do guided tours, and if you're there for a blank amount of time, they have the exact number there. Yeah, you can do that. It's not that radioactive. However, it is still radioactive. So it's like... And I'm getting sidetracked like I always do. That's my point, is there are no ethical billionaires. I would say there are no ethical millionaires. And every ethical rich person that you can reference, much like our good country, I can reference a time when, yeah, but why were they doing it? Because context matters. If I'm saving my neighbor, well, let me put this in the grossest way I can. Trigger warning for child abuse, trigger warning for... Just let's go ahead and trigger warning for everything. This might lose me people, but y'all, okay, let's say that I see the neighbor's kid drowning in the river, and I go to jump in and save him. Not because, oh, I need to save that kid. Not because, oh, it's the right thing to do. Not because, oh, cries of distress. But because, no, I want to rape that kid. So I'm saving my victim. Is that, and this is again complete fantasy, the thought of this is just making me very uncomfortable to begin with, but right now I'm just glad that my neighbor, to my knowledge, doesn't have a kid. But it's like, you know what I mean, otherwise this would get really awkward as a reference. But I feel like if I tried to reference anyone else, I could get sued for defamation. So again, for sake of it, I know I'm not going to sue me. So yeah, if you were to save a child just because you want to fuck that child, or give a real world example of a lot of you dudes out here, there's a girl that you know that's in a real bad relationship, like toxic AF. Not good for her, not good for them, it's just bad, bad, bad. But you really want to bang her. I mean, she's hot. So, if you save her from the relationship just to get into her pants, just to get her number, well, y'all, that isn't that wrong. I mean, you're still doing the deed, you're still saving the person. And now we enter into, like, the real talk of it, right? It's context matters. And like with America saving countries, we've only saved the countries that profit us via oil or trade. I mean, any country that doesn't immediately benefit us, we see as someone we can exploit or use. And I would say that makes, I'm sorry, but that makes us bad people. If you support it. Now, if you're like myself or several other Americans that are just tired of the bullshit, and it's like, look, dude, I live here. It's not by choice. You got me a ticket somewhere else that'll accept me and let me start right where I'm at now there? Bet, I'll go there tomorrow. I'm ready to go today. Shit, give me an hour. But it's like, the thing is that no country's like that. All countries have, it's a trade between people and their leaders. The difference is most countries realized this a long time ago, and as such, act accordingly. America is one of the only places I know outside of, like, a developing nation that we fucking worship our leaders. I mean, again, Obama was a great guy, but he was just a dude, and he did do some kind of war crimey things. Mostly hospital bombing and signing off on that kind of stuff, let's be clear. Nothing like what Trump is organizing, but still not exactly great shit, you know? But then again, you're given all this power and all these people telling you what to do and all your people that voted for you that you're responsible for, not to mention your own people, your kids, your family. So it's like, again, I don't know, y'all, more humanity, but also definitely on that humanity level. I do think that if a pedophilic ring gets busted, or in the case of Diddy, for the record, I don't think Diddy was a pedophile. I think Diddy was a rapist, right? See, I try to keep out of celebrity shit because I knew this was going to happen with Diddy. I don't know how I knew. I try not to be so cynical and call my shots like that, but I mean, I'm sorry, y'all. We have a pedophile president. I just kind of assumed that, oh, this dude's rich. He's just going to get off. And he did, y'all. He got away with it. Diddy got away with it. And a part of me almost is happy because it's, well, not happy. That's not the right word to use. A part of me is almost a little bit, I stuck it to the man because, you know, how many evil white people have done unspeakable evils and gotten away with it just because they're melanin and they had a little bit of talent in certain areas. That don't normally happen with the black man. If the black man is not highly talented, i.e. Will Smith, Muhammad Ali, legendary talented, then, yeah, Holmes, you can be the bestest dude in the block, but you're going to get put under that prison the minute a white dude get upset with you. It's why I'm against our racist-ass country. I really do think it needs to change, but black faces in high places isn't going to be enough. We need a fundamental change of the zeitgeist of the culture. We need people to realize that, again, I think we should go in schools, have a full-on ass course of, okay, y'all, for over 100 years we've taught people this stupid shit called race. Today we are going to clear up what exactly is race. Because, again, is it a thing? Yes, technically, a black individual is more likely than a white individual to get sickle cell anemia. A white man is more likely to have a different type of alcoholism or different type of kidney failure than a Asian man. But this is more minute environmental changes, and let's be clear, certain ones of these minute environmental changes, not sickle cell or some of the things like that, but like the diet-based ones, yeah, those can change to where it's not so much an Asian, a black man, a Native, Indian. I'm trying to think of all the ethnicities here. But it's not like, if you eat the same diet as them, you will get, inevitably, possibly get the same kind of disorder or disordered thing in your system, you know? I haven't studied this subject enough if it is not clear, but we're opening it. Hopefully I'll have a more refined take in the next few months to years, but, you know, we're opening it. The point is, I just think we should do better as a system, and we need to accept what's there and what we have done in the past to better fix what we will do in the future. Because it's like, yeah, y'all, we had a full-on video of Diddy pursuing a woman, beating her relentlessly, like in a way that if a dude did it to you, it would be assault, and they would go to jail for beating your ass in a drunken fight or whatever. But beat this woman's ass on camera, paid the hotel to lose the footage for a few weeks, and he just got off on that, as well as any of the people at the hotel who did that evil thing. Because for the record, y'all, and let me be absolutely clear, my working brothers and sisters, let me be crystal clear. If you witness somebody going through that, beaten, physical abuse, whatever, and you just sit there and let it happen, you're a bad person, friend. You're a bad person. I'm sorry. It's nothing like, oh, you're a bad person and should go jump off the nearest overpass. Don't do that. No. It's just, you can't be a good person and simultaneously allow abusers to abuse. Now, I get it if, oh, but the abuser was my dad, and if I ratted on him, he would beat my ass relentlessly. Now, being the edgy boy I am, I'd still say, oh yeah, but you still should have fucking done it. It would have been the brave, badass thing to do. But on the human level, yeah, dude, I get it. If I had done that, something bad would have happened to me. Sorry for your luck, but I'm happy it ain't me. I don't like it, but I get it. That's a key part of being human as well. I need to build things before the ground gets fierce. But that should protect this part from the outside, at least. Alright, let's get this way. There we go. Now, I was about to say, I mean, maybe it's edgy for me to say this, but I don't really consider Diddy black. I don't. Well, I don't. Okay, for the record, once you hit a certain pay level, your ethnicity doesn't matter. I mean, let's be clear. Donald Trump could tell the world he is black. And he could show some bullshit ancestry in me, Nat 21, whatever. I don't think that was what I meant to say, but you know what I mean. 23andMe is the company. But it's like, he could do that, and then his sycophantic followers would go, oh my god, we are following the second black president. Even though he was wildly racist. And he is wildly racist. Even though he made sure to make sure that black folks didn't have homes in New York when he ran certain properties. But they would still do it because sycophancy is a thing. It's sort of like how if Hannah Reloaded did some unspeakable evil thing, if she did a doctor disrespect, which I don't think she would. I don't think the dear girl's capable of it. But if she did, it would take a lot for me to believe someone saying that my girl Hannah did that. It's because I love Hannah's content. I've been watching her over 10 years. I feel like we have a relationship, even if it's not, you know, a physical friends relationship. It's parasocial. You also have parasocial relationships with your deli worker, with your trash guy or gal, not discriminating. You've got lots of parasocial relationships. It's part of being human. And it's not, let's be clear, they aren't bad things. It's just, it would behoove us well to never forget to always check ourselves. Because, yeah, the day you say, not mine. Yeah, but that's the day you leave yourself open the most to those things. It's sort of like how I always study neuropsychology and neuroscience, that's study relating to the neurons in the brain and their unique little tie-offs. I don't have a doctorate, I don't have a master's, I don't have a master's, I don't have a bachelor's. I am a layman in the laymanisty sense. But it still interests me, so I get on here and I talk to y'all about it, but I try to reference things, you know? I don't know. I lost track of this conversation train. The point's just, we need to work together to make the world a better place. And regardless, y'all, in this case, if you see something like that, y'all, I know ACAB, but you see something like that, say something. And if you see something like that, be loud about saying something. Because if you just whisper it to the cop, A, they'll be lazy and ignore you. B, they might genuinely care, but just have so much they don't. Be loud about it. Call back in. Check back in about it. Find out what happened with it. Try to get a backstory on what's going on. Even if they can't share all the details, you know, but mind at ease, sir. It's sort of like how the Epstein thing. I'm hoping every press conference, if the press has any balls, every press conference, I would ask Donald Trump, so what happened to all the Epstein files? Because you ran on releasing the Epstein files just to see how he reacts. Because again, y'all, that was not the reaction of a person who was innocent. Oh, who cares? Who cares about this creep? The creep that is your best friend? The creep that was you wish good things for, like Elaine Maxwell, the only other creep charged in this? And by the way, why is it that in America the witch will always burn, but the dude can basically get away with anything because of the nature of being a dude? Genuinely, that kind of bugs me. And I'm a dude who has seen the advantages of that being a dude. But it's still like, you know, I shouldn't. It shouldn't be there. I mean, it's down to the level of... Well, actually, not with that one. That wouldn't be working against me in that sense. But it's sort of like how if I go to work right now, I'm going to be passed over by a known idiot like Pam. Not because, you know, she's been there longer, but just because, well, she's woman kitchen, she know better, woman kitchen. And it's like, that's not... I'm not going to knock women in the kitchen, but at the same time, that's not accurate. Just a person's genitalia and gender does not make a person, you know? A person's how they do things makes a person. And so check yourself, because I got to do it to myself a lot too. You got to check yourself, y'all. There's a reason it's called check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because again, the saying goes, and it is true, always try to assume, what is it? Always try to assume ignorance, not malfeasance. If that person's being a racist ass to you, he's probably being a racist ass because that's how they was raised, you know? Not because, oh, they're a racist asshole and never picked up a book, but because they was raised that way. And I feel that. I'm kind of on that level sometimes. But we also should have not prejudged consequences, not unfair consequences, but true consequences for the evil shit we do when we choose to do evil shit. And again, it's why, yes, technically, pedophiles can't help what they are. Hey, y'all, I genuinely feel such rage when I see some of these mansions and the just outright evil. I just want to take a fucking club and go sealing. But I don't. Not because of any love of the assholes. Not even because I think their life is worth anything. Mostly because I know there would be consequences and I can't help my animals, nor my friends, nor my community from prison. I think that's where all this got started at, too. The reason I don't think Diddy's very short prison sentence that would be long for us is going to do anything. But it's because, like, you know, if you're making $1 million a day, whether you're out there hustling or you're right there just sitting on your ass, who cares if you go to jail? It'll be unpleasant. But hell, take some time, read some books, get into crochet. Do something for you, sport. And yeah, the food's gonna be terrible, but you're fucking P. Diddy. If you sign some dude's shit, then basically they'll give you good food from the city. They'll smuggle in fast food for you, which is no prize, but still. Well, let me ask you. Would Hot Pimpin', the dude down the road who did the exact same thing as Diddy, would Hot Pimpin' get the same treatment if the cops ever caught him doing what he did and got his girls to talk? For the record, in this case, Hot Pimpin' is not a real person. To my knowledge, no one does that kind of shit around here, partially because we live in the South, and if we catch wind of someone doing that, we'll be cowardly until it happens to one of ours. When you touch someone's daughter or wife or loved one in that way, honey, we're in the South. We got lots of space to put bodies in the ground, and we got lots of fucking firearms. But that's the thing. It's the South. We're cowardly as fuck until it happens to us. And I disagree with that. Then again, I don't know, y'all, because my head just went, wait, Travis, you're on the internet talking to real people. You don't want to inspire the next fucking Golden State. I don't want vigilante justice, y'all, because it doesn't work. Let's be clear. Batman could save his entire Gotham with a good health care program, a mental health program, city infrastructure, and planning. And ba-boom, no more Bane, no more... Sweet. No more Bane, no more Killer Croc, just happy, safe Gothamites. But that's boring. That's just people doing the good work. It's much cooler and much more fun and much more cinematic if we have him blowing shit up and tearing up half the city's infrastructure. And I'm guessing rebuilding it? Do we know if Batman rebuilds a damn thing? I know the character out of Big O. I know he routinely puts billions of his dollars into the city funding. But that's also because he uses a giant mechanized robot to protect the city. So, he also tears up the city a lot. I think we're building a storage area / barn. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing yet, but it's something. And I also agree with Ole in the sense of, the other thing that this worries me about the Diddy verdict now, going back to that, is how many of these ultra-right celebrities who think that women ain't nothing but objects, how many of them just got the green light to rape those women? Because, I'm sorry, but in our society, it's... And look, don't get me wrong, if you sleep with a dude and wait and then they get famous and then, oh no, that dude did this, I get it. That's kind of fucked up. Yo, don't do that. That feels like clout chasing. You should have come forward sooner. But let's be clear. Why should anyone come forward about Diddy? They just showed that the city will out you, his fans will drag you, and at the end of the day, the rich bastard will get off in the end because he has more money than you. So deal with it, poor. And it's like, that's fucked up. And why would anyone come forward and help out the police do their job anymore? Considering, I mean, again, why bother? All they're doing is ruining their lives, putting themselves at risk, and that's a whole. But ruining their lives, putting themselves at risk. And for what? So poor people can get locked up. But the rich, evil monsters, the one with power to do things, can just run rampant and get away with it? Like I said, y'all, by all means, I'm not saying do a vigilante, because definitely don't do a vigilante. They will hurt you, or kill you, or, you know, anything else that you see in the comic book movies that's not 100% accurate, not real, but, that, let me put it this way. I have nothing but minimum wage work, and I'm tired of being alive, so I'm going to go dress up like the Punisher and hunt my local pimps and drug dealers. Cool story, bro. Here's the thing. When you get busted, because you will get busted, because inevitably you'll shoot a cop, you'll cross one of society's little lines. And I'm not saying good or bad there. I'm just saying they're lines for a reason. And you will cross that line because being a vigilante... See, the reason we get upset when the cops cross the line is they're not vigilantes. Ted is not Frank Castle having to hide his identity And I just freaked out some dude named Ted. But Ted is not a fucking vigilante, having to worry about the supervillain of the week coming after his family and his kids and all that. Ted's just Ted. He's a beat cop. And so if Ted suddenly fears for his life, pulls his gun, and blows someone the fuck away, I'm going to be a lot less understanding than the Verminator, master of the city. He dwells in the sewers, moving benign. Like I said, but that's also a thing. It's unacceptable. Because if you're going to serve justice, if you're going to protect the rights of the people, and then, yeah, it behooves you to be that justice system. And to hold yourself accountable to it. Why is it Batman never did a stint in Arkham? He has killed people accidentally before. Why never turn himself in for the man? Oh, he punished himself. Y'all saying that with the same level of energy you say when the cops, you know, internally investigate themselves and find themselves free of wrongdoing. Y'all, justice only works if it's justice for and against all. I mean, y'all, if what is it? If I, for example, or you, for example, I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to think of, because there's so many instances, the mind boggles and floods. I'm just saying that the court, the way they're doing, like Oleg, or not Oleg, but Oleg's guest had said, I personally think this leaves an open window, so, hey, Russell Brand, who violently sexually assaulted several young girls, but they weren't children. They weren't children, though. They were just young girls, and they signed off on it. Yeah, they went to his flat. That they were willing to see a star celebrity in their home. And maybe they didn't know they were going to be getting sex, but he didn't do nothing bad. Just a bit of oral and some tears. He just wanted to, you know, insert something on them until they cried. That's not so bad, right? You know he loves Jesus now. And the beat just keeps running, running, and running. Can we all thank the members of the Black Eyed Peas? To my knowledge, they have not done any evil, scandalous shit yet. I disagree with them pushing up that, you know, rich boy party culture. But much like Pitbull and his rich boy party culture, can we just for a minute go, okay, let's pick them as our pick-me's. They're bad for hoarding money, but Pitbull talks a lot about respecting women. And the Black Eyed Peas, to my knowledge, have basically built up inner-city music programs and things like that in places that would otherwise be very hurt by, I want to say gerrymandering, but that's not the right word. By shite. Places that would otherwise be hurt by the... See, right now I'm still trying to pull it because I don't want to interrupt Oleg's broadcast and do the whole Googling. But basically when, you know, you take a beautiful black area that people have taken and made a white ghetto into a black urban metropolis, and then the white folks in the area get real upset so they firebomb Black Wall Street. It's same as what they did to the Native Americans. Hey, by the way, we're going to send you out to this sun-stretched part of Arizona where there's not but anything there and there's just death and destruction, and we want you to go out there and live now. That's your space. All the good white genteel people, we get all the forests and the trees and the fields and all the bison. You get to go over there in the dust and die. And when the Native Americans went over there into the dust and the bison went with them and they hunted like they always had and they found a way to survive against all odds. Yeah, suddenly, wait a minute, there's some shiny shit in them hills. Those are our hills. Fuck you. March over here instead. Go to this different sun-barren part. Maybe they'll find more gold there. It's... Understand, there is no end to the white man's greed. And nothing that he won't do to satiate it. They'll trade their parents, they'll trade their kids, they'll trade their very morals. Because again, I think I talked out of pocket a little about Michael Jackson on here. A man who definitely molested those children or behaved very inappropriately around them at the very least. But let's be clear, the first time around, that was all on Michael. Michael did a fucking bad. shame on you, ghost of Michael Jackson. But at the same time, second round, parents, would you send your kids to go, I mean, would you hire the local creepy guy who just hangs out at the parks all the time, wears real baggy clothes, keeps his hands in his pockets while watching the kids on the playground? Is that the one you would hire for babysitting? Even if he had a theme park with zoo animals in his backyard, you'd still kind of, yeah, but come on, dude. Come on, I'm not stupid. We all know what you doing over there. Nah, we good. We good here. My kids can have a rat pizza birthday party instead. It's like, y'all, these parents knew exactly what they were doing, and what they were looking for was a payday. And I hate to say it, but once again, in America, Michael got dragged, they got their payday. And did he do it? We'll never know for sure, y'all. The evidence looks like he did. The evidence looks like he definitely did the first time, which is what makes the evidence the second time so hard to ignore. But let's be clear. Oh, they also know what his dick looks like. Okay, well, did they talk to the other children? Did they read the news story from them talking about Michael Jackson having a weird shaped or weird colored penis? I mean, because that was the big sinking factor. That's what killed him, was his unique dick. Or ball sack or something of that nature. Something that was discerning about a part of him that's normally covered up. Basically was made, oh, okay, so the only way you saw that is if he got naked around you. And yeah, the Michael Jackson case is a nasty one, and man's dead, so unless the victims come forward and are like, yeah, dude, with your sad-ass tiny YouTube channel, I want you to cover our heartbreaking, harrowing story. I'm just not, because it feels like I'm dragging a poor black man that got good. And yeah, had his problems, like a lot of people do. Again, do we need to talk about Jefferson and his child brides? Or all the Founding Fathers' slaves? Or how, actually I can't make fun of Ben Franklin for that. I can guarantee you Ben Franklin didn't do any pedophile shit just because Ben Franklin was famous for chasing the old cooch. Sorry for how disrespectful that came out, y'all. I am a guy, and some part of it I gotta speak to my guys on. But oh shit, the fuck are you doing? Shit. Oh. Do I not know about drowned? Fuck is going on here? Oh, okay. Now we aggressive. I shouldn't touch. I feel like we need to do some Minecraft lab work here or something. Because I noticed that on the last file too. They, the drowned in particular, they are semi-peaceful, it seems. I mean, clearly not peaceful 100%, but they didn't, maybe like pigmen? Because I've never gone up and pushed pigmen. I just sort of give them their space and fuck around in the nether. I haven't been to the nether since any of the updates, by the way. Ever since they started doing fortresses down there. I played in one, had some fun, tried to get some blast stuff, lost my character, and I haven't been back since. But it was still like, I'm sorry, hearing the thing from Diddy in the background's fucking me up. But yeah, I just, are they like zombie pigmen? But will they leave you alone? Oh shit, so long as you don't swim in their water? That one's got a thing. Do I have door? Oh yes, I have doors on me. Fuck yeah. again, that's the other reason why whenever I hear people talk about the, oh, well, why didn't the victims come forward sooner? Why don't they? Well, y'all, because you got to think hard before you come forward on something like that. I mean, hell, I heard the same thing from a dude in my life here that's no longer really a main part of my life, but still a cool dude. I assume we both have we have a friend in common, so we will be civil with each other thing. Otherwise, I feel like he would want zero to do with me, because I'm like the polar opposite to him. But, still, when I was going through that horrible shit with my uncle, and I was like, finally, after hearing him for the 90th time, we'll just beat his ass, we'll just beat his ass, we'll just beat his ass, we'll just beat his ass. You want to give me a gun, bud? You want to give me a gun and I'll take care of my own problem. Bud, you know I got lots of guns, but I can't just lend you a gun, especially not for that. It's like, what? I'm defending myself. It's because he's a family member, and I can't, like, there's a break in my head. Even if he's punching me because he doesn't give a shit, I can't swing on him. It's like there's a force field in my brain and around him. It's like I'm a dog on a chain. I want to. Man's punching me in the face. I want to stop him, but I can't swing because he's my elder. He's my family. He's blood. And so I take it literally on the chin. And then dude's like, well, eventually he'll hit you one too, and eventually he'll hit you one too many times, and you'll deal with that problem. It's like, no, I don't think you understand how brains work. Maybe you would. Maybe you were trained and taught and conditioned differently than me. But y'all, if someone outranks me, they could, back in the day, get away with a whole hell of a lot. Because I was semi-brainwashed. And it wasn't like, oh, they did that to me. No, it was like, oh, isolation and only having movies and the Code of the Samurai. That's what did it to me. Jesus Christ, until I was in my mid-20s, I literally hero-worshipped Japan. Like, literally thought Japan was superior to everyone. Like, I became racist for a country I wasn't even a part of. Like, embarrassing shit, you know? And that's why, yeah, I still hold a lot of that shit to me. In a lot of the ways, personally, privately, let's not fucking talk about it past this, I consider myself a little bit of an American samurai. More of a Bushido now, I suppose, or a Ronin, because I have no master, I have no dynamo, I have no leader. I choose my own path. But outside of that fact, ooh, neat, I do have a little path here. But outside of that fact, I'm not gonna, like, you know, suddenly wear a kimono everywhere, carry around my watashi, my katana, and my, I know all three names. Like I said, y'all, I studied it. I was a kid left in complete isolation for like over 15 years. Most of my childhood, from the time I got accused of a crime I didn't commit, gotta be careful with this one because it's so far in the past, but from the time I actually crossed that line violently, to the point that the kids decided to do something, or someone they loved did something, and I was the easy scapegoat, but whatever. From that point in elementary school, 5th grade, till 10th grade, I was basically kept 99% on my own. The only kids they would allow around me were kids that basically hated me, because they were brothers and sisters of the people that had been affected by my years of thinking I was doing the right thing and bullying bullies, when in fact I was being a right shitheel. And yeah, I was fighting people that bullied people, but in my broken brain, well, was that bullying, or was that just two siblings ribbing each other? I was young and stupid and didn't know no better, so I did stupid shit. And again, the reason my nose got the weird little crook in it isn't surprisingly because of it's a mixture of things. So let's just say it's a little crooked because it's not because I'm a Gringotts goblin. It's because, oh, that reference made me feel dirty. But it's because, thanks, Knox. It's because the cartilage in my nose has been broken so many friggin' times at this point. Y'all with your sinus infections, I get it because I breathe through a broken nose and it is comparable. Very much so. Especially if you get that unpleasant, it's painful when you breathe too, y'all. America needs to do better on so many fronts, because that's one also that I would, and that's one that planted. Look, we're gonna read the ecology book some as I head into work. We'll videotape the sunrise, and I'll start reading you some of the cover to cover, because reading the book over, I think I can just straight up read you this one, guys. I think I can just straight up read this bitch like we're in elementary school and I'm your teacher, you know? And if that's the case, fuck yeah, I love books like that. One, it keeps my skills sharp so I can continue reading at the collegiate level I can read at currently. But also, it's just fun to read, y'all. It's not just fundamental, it's fun. The only reason I don't like reading things on the console right now is because instead of my big-ass TV that David and I bought when we weren't in a state of recession and depression, I don't know what the fuck to call what this country's going through. But we caught a TV and laptop deal at one of the local computer shops, and so I got a big-ass TV in the spare cat room. Say spare room like it's a spare room. It holds crafting materials and cats. That's one of their go-in-between spaces to just hang out and chill. But yeah, if I had my big-ass TV hooked up somewhere, I'd probably be more into reading the Skyrim books and stuff like that. But on the projector, the way it is, and I don't think it's like, I don't think it's the projector. I think it's the fact my glasses broke and I still haven't been able to get them repaired. So my stigmatism be fucking with me, and it's sort of, how do I explain it? Okay, if you look, I don't know if y'all can see it. I think it might just be a message for me, but the broadcast has started. The T and the H have blended together into a th together. Like, I'm seeing 3 lines and a top line, but no division between the H and the capital T. Broadcast, between the D and the C and broadcast, it's just a tick, because the D and the C blend. And I know that's not, if I just pulled out my phone right now and took a picture and sent it to y'all via the YouTube Shorts, like I did that library material, which again, I hope I'm okay to do. I did that because I know that a lot of y'all don't go to your public library, and it's the Library Times magazine thing. I'm not trying to, that all credit to the magazines I put on there, you know? I'm looking to draw attention to that, not draw, what is it, clicks, views. I'm trying to get y'all to look at what cool shit's going on at the library and make a reference, not actually, like, you know, get in trouble. I would have taken it home and, like, done a sit down in front of the camera, read it to you, like I'll eventually do the state park maps and all that. But at the moment, it's like, you know, I couldn't take it home because they only had like 3 of them. And y'all, I try to be nice. I try to be considerate. I'm never gonna take unless I'm real hungry. Now, I get hungry, things go out the fucking door with certain shit. But I'm never gonna take the last piece of pizza just because, oh, it's there. Hell, I got ribs that are about to go bad in my fridge because I wanted David to have some fucking ribs when one of my coworkers shared a rib rack with us. Coworker or customer, I don't remember which. I think it might have been Tony who gave us some ribs. Either way, I appreciate it. Of all the Trump supporters that I fucking hate and want to see re-educated, possibly violently, Tony's one of the good ones that I just genuinely think if he had the time to see it the way the working folks do from this side of the fence, he would feel differently. But to my knowledge, he's a business owner, so he's in that small business trap where, well, I gotta take care of me and mine. And I get it, that's how capitalism gets us, y'all. Here's the thing, and I don't know how to put this. Yeah, Musk, Trump, there are some people that just genuinely are bad people and they want to be bad. But a lot of people, y'all, a whole lot of people, some people you hate perhaps, they're not bad people. They're just people. People do incredibly stupid things in the pursuit of, well, I gotta keep mine safe. I mean, real talk, y'all, back several years ago, when I walked to the Lions Club Church, or whatever it was, clear on the other side of Cottersville. But I was following just the map directions I had written down, because I couldn't even afford a cell phone at this point. And I was trying to hit multiple food banks so that I could get enough food for me, my uncle, my cousin, and my dad. And I had my big-ass pack, my hiking pack from hiking down to Georgia with. It wasn't my King's pack that I'm waiting for a good rainstorm to wash out. But it was like, you know, it was just hiking sack. And as I'm walking past this little house, or this little trailer community, there are chickens. I mean, like, it was back out in the back area of Taylorsville. So there's literally chickens running around. Y'all, in my desperation and hunger, I had to keep telling myself this is definitely someone's pet. Because if I had thought this was someone's lunch, I would have stolen someone's lunch. I had intimate Looney Tunes level thoughts about, well, there ain't no cameras, man. You can just pick it up. It's calm and comfortable around people. You could just pick it up, snap its little neck real quick, twist it, and then as you're walking to that church, pluck it. As soon as you get done plucking it, go ahead and gut it and start you a tiny fire over here in the deep brush, and then go ahead and, you know, barbecue chicken. Yum. And it's one of those, yeah, I know the processes, I know the steps. And sadly, I can disassociate from my head enough that I could do that to an animal, but it's like, I mean, I do it 700-800 times a day when I'm prepping the chicken. And y'all, some of them chicken breasts that come into the restaurant, y'all, I hope that wasn't insufferable on the mic. But yeah, some of them chicken breasts that come into the restaurant, I'm like, oh, this poor critter didn't just die. It was a murder most foul. But yeah, they'll come in and it'll be spaghettification of the muscles because they've been atrophied for so long. It'll be what looks like an exploded muscle, and I don't quite know what causes that. Google told me what causes it is them being overly, like, too many hormones, too much space. Then again, it could also be very logically a place where the kill machine just grabbed it by the tip while it was ripping its body apart and accidentally ripped this tit a little bit too much. A minor difference in the machine will very much change the way it runs, you know? And maybe it's, again, different, because if you read, like, Gunslinger and things like that, people were different back in the day. But I feel like maybe if we forced people to kill their own food, there would be less, I know for a fact there would be less waste, because I know several people that just couldn't. Straight up, I know several people that would become vegetarian the day you tell them, okay, that's fine, but we're closing down all the slaughterhouses. You can buy the goat, you can buy the pig, you can buy the cow, you can buy the deer, you can buy whatever, but you're going to have to now take that animal out back. And I know what you're thinking in your head, oh, I'll shoot it. You don't really want to shoot an animal point blank like that to get its meat, because one, ammo's expensive, that'll take a long time. Two, if you do it wrong and they live for even a few seconds, it ruins the meat. That's what produces that gamey meat taste. And personally, I kind of like the gaminess in the meat, but I know what causes that, and that was a bypart happening. The stronger that taste, I'm trying to think how I can say this without sounding melodramatic or anything. The stronger that gamey taste is, the more fear and pain the animal was in. The more it struggled, the more it thought it was going to make it, the more its adrenaline kicked in. Because that's what you're tasting in that meat, is the adrenaline, the fear, all that. I would say the pain, but you're not tasting pain. Technically, you're not tasting adrenaline. You're tasting the after effects of what the adrenaline did to the muscle mass that you're now eating. Because most of what you eat, unless you eat like haggis, blood sausage, blood pudding, most of the foods that you would eat if you don't eat just muscle are very obvious and usually involve the word blood in them. But yeah, it's, you know. I'm eventually going to have to look into Tyler Perry. I got weird vibes from Tyler Perry, but that's just because how do you make an entire career of cross-dressing but stay awkwardly silent on trans issues? And I'm sure he wasn't silent on the fucking Queens epidemic. The whole drag queen story hour nonsense that went through. Okay, I need to be more specific with that because that sounds like I'm against it. I am fully for the drag queen story hour. I think it's fucking nonsense that we, as a nation, devoted so much time to a bunch of innocent dudes in fucking drag reading books to our very illiterate, stupid fucking children. Kids, you've got potential. When I call you stupid, it's a dig at your parents, not at you. You've got potential, honey. Keep working on that. But yeah, getting mad at drag queens reading books to our illiterate, stupid fucking children that can't read books. That is the dumbest thing to argue about when we are actively funding a genocide, when we have soldiers dying on the street, when we have policemen and folks dying on the street, when we have an unofficial little civil war going between different working classes. And that's the literal definition of civil war, not like you wear orange or you wear tan and I'll wear blue and we'll go outside and shoot at each other. That's what we're gonna do. No, I mean like literal. The cops hate the fucking fry cooks a lot of the time. A lot of fry cooks hate a lot of cops. We are having arguments between each other that could be solved and resolved if we could just find a middle ground. Oh, okay, it's covered. And part of that starts with knowing, as one of my more Republican, highly Christian coworkers, well, that's not, she's a superior, would say, we're all the fucking same, y'all. Different ranks, different file, but we're all the same. And I stand that. Now, if only she could bring that same energy to her politics. Because, yeah, they're all very much the belief if I just let it play out without any hand in it, it'll be fine. But don't bitch at me when everything goes wrong because I didn't make a fucking choice. Son, that's the other side of politics. You have the full option of choosing to be ignorant of what's going on and choosing to not participate. You do not get to do that and then also choose to not hear the bullshit that you helped cause. Because, y'all, for the record, if you didn't vote because of moral choice or ennui, okay, how you feel about that choice? Because you not voting did cause this directly. Again, I can reach out and get to a Trump supporter faster than I can a no vote. Because no voting's just, okay, so you were just so lazy you said fuck it and fuck everybody, huh? That's why I got so upset with Alan. That's why I had to resist the urge, and y'all, I'm getting better. I did not drag that queen to filth. Because, yeah, when we went over the hard subject that he and his husband and his father are definitely about to fall on hard times. Because they, again, my household relied on Dad's check, but I never relied on Dad's check. Does that make sense? I always tried to have a backup to a backup to a backup. A job I could go to pick up some extra hours. A friend I could work with that would pay me under the table. Something that I could do. And yeah, sometimes it didn't pan out. And sometimes those times fucking sucked. You feel like a complete and utter failure because all your time spent trying to help them. But at the same time, you do better. I take that hatred for the system that I had back then and I use it today. Again, why do you think I became a green gorilla? Which, by the way, is that why Beast Boy was the way he was? Because again, remember y'all, the Green Guerrilla movement took on its name in the 1960s and 70s. I mean, we'll go over that too. I have the book. If I get a lunch break today, we'll totally read parts of the book on lunch. But it's like, it's... The Green Guerrilla movement's been around since the 1776 time, at which point one of the kings in England, some big douchebag, died, and the people were starving because once the head honcho, the only head honcho, gets kicked off, the people tend to fall apart, because even though we hate them, we never took the time to build the infrastructure necessary to replace them, and we let it get all the way to a boiling point where we just murdered them. For the record, if we do that with Trump, I'm not going to be sad, but I am going to be sad at what it might or might not cause. And again, maybe not, because with our current world, I think we would easily replace them with functioning, competent politicians, even if they were from the right or the left. My legs were crossed for too long. Oh yeah, we're going on the hour 5-minute mark. I had my legs crossed for over an hour. That's going to feel good to walk on later. The muscle behind my knee is basically just a solid ball now, rather than a tendon that hinges. I'm loving this new setup though, y'all. We'll try to make it work for a long time and not die horribly. And stand by, because if y'all cool with it, we'll talk about it on the walk home. I'm willing to do a Last of Us playthrough, but we kind of need to dial it down to hard rather than the hardest. Because I don't mind, I like playing, but the last game I had it set on the hard difficulty, walked away. I've beaten the puzzle before, y'all. I know how that puzzle's supposed to work. And for some reason, Joel just isn't climbing up where he should be climbing up at. It's like a death glitch or something. I don't get it. But I haven't kept up with all Tyler Perry stuff. Mostly I'm talking about Medea Plays and y'all, a hot take here, the Medea stage plays are superior to any of the Medea movies. Hot take, sorry to drop that one on you if you disagree. You're wrong, and it's okay that you're wrong. But hands down, 10 toes down, the fucking Medea live action plays, even though they're much more Christian coded, much more long-winded musicals, I like them better. It feels like there's more spirit in it, if that makes sense. I feel like the people that are doing the stage play version are doing it for the love of the game, not just for the big-ass paycheck and getting to work with a big-ass celebrity from Georgia. Speaking of which, Tyler Perry, call me. I'll dress in drag. I'll be a pick-me stereotype white dude. Just don't ask me to shave my head. I'll put on a bald cap. We ain't losing the hair. I would do anything for love, but I won't do... Okay, I need to quit with the Meatloaf references. The man is gone. And sadly, he tainted his reputation before getting taken out by his own untactful decisions. That was a forced, and it didn't work out as a rhyme. But no, basically Meatloaf, who I enjoyed his music very much, never enjoy anything, kids. Fight that, because I enjoyed his music, and then he became an anti-vaxxer in the time of COVID, and then like many of the anti-vaxxers who had the money to go hard into anti-vaxxing, he went hard into anti-vaxxing and he died of COVID. So it's like, fuck. And yeah, y'all, I don't think it's a hot take to say if there's a unknown disease, because at that time COVID was unknown. We didn't know how lethal it was. Tell you the truth, when we first started, we didn't even know if masks were gonna help. Something has to be done. And it turns out, statistically, they did make a big difference. And the vaccines were the 1-2 punch that would have ended it if America wasn't made by idiots. For idiots. Because again, y'all, it's just, oh, yep, it's officially about that time. I'm going to have to roll up this and get ready to head out the door. My clothes... Oh, yeah, let's go ahead and let that roll. But, yeah, y'all, as a final nail in the coffin, so to speak, of this stream for the time, it's just, we have so much potential. Sorry. We have so much potential. And it's easy to be pissed and not do anything. And honestly, my channel is a good example of being pissed a lot. And you'll see that when I get my reactions, the times that I actually seem to make a difference aren't the times that I'm screaming about eat the rich or repeatedly bitching because my city refuses to put in any kind of safety nets for people and instead just keeps building up more and more for assholes and douchebags. When I'm not just ranting and raving, but I'm giving real talks like the Green Guerrilla Movement and planting wild food seed wherever, whenever you can. If you have the space to get seed pods germinated, go with that first. For that I mean take you a pod or something like that at your coffee pot, or take you a small container, small cardboard box. Start some seeds in it with some plastic wrap or something like that over top of the box. And you can basically get the seedlings started. From there, go to just vacant lots and the like. Anywhere that has dirt that looks like good enough dirt to grow things in. Put your little seedlings there and make sure it's a path you check regularly, and you can go back and check on them. Once harvest time comes, you can harvest those plants, give away a lot of the food to the people around you in need, or just leave little food drops. And then on top of that, you'll be able to take the seeds out of anything you do harvest, any of the quote-unquote ugly ones, and you'll be able to grow more. Also, you might want to take seeds out of the pretty ones more than the ugly ones, just because of genetics, all that. Because that's how we got corn, y'all. Originally, corn was just the same shit as what I walk by every day and show y'all on the road. But then we took the tastiest, biggest, most easy-to-find kernels, and we started planting those specifically and ignoring all the rest. Mostly eating the rest, but taking the rest and planting them. Cycles in, cycles out. Down the line, eventually we get corn. Potatoes were originally the same kind of tubers as what you can get out of most river plants if you dig down deep enough and make sure you're not eating a toxic plant. But over centuries and time, we harvested and kept getting eyes off the prettiest potatoes until eventually you get what we got now, and the varieties we have now. And again, this is a very, very, very layman's breakdown of it. My advice would be to check out capital C-A. Sorry, my brain did a duh. But it's Crash Course, capital C-R-A, capital C, lowercase R-A-S-H, course, capital C-O-U-R-S-E. Look up Crash Course Ecology. They got a whole, like, just look up Crash Course, y'all. I hope the Green Brothers never end up being like monsters or like a Mr. Beast figure. They seem to genuinely just, like LeVar Burton, like so many good people in the past, they just want to see the world read. They just want to see the world educated. So check out Crash Course as a good jumping off point. And if you watch all of those videos, one, cool, you now have done what I did. For a while, I haven't caught up with all their things. I kind of tuned out when they started covering video game history, video games, history of the computers and all that. I'm still interested in one day I'll go back, but I'm much more interested in like history, ecology. I watched the crap out of their biology course and anatomy. But yeah, it's just a good place to go hang out and learn. Because, y'all, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying never drink, never go party, never have fun. But time and place. And, y'all, America's partied long enough. It's time for the party to be over and for us to do some cleanup. Because, y'all, the party that lasted while the Democrats were in power was real fun and real nice. And it was a good party. You bastard. And it was a good party while we had it. But now we really got to rebuild because the fascists are coming in to tear it up. Okay, zombies are just straight up aggressive. Oh. Grounder, beta. Hey, Mr. Tradesman, do you have any bamboo by any chance? No, but if I get hay bales for you, I can trade for emeralds, which would be nice. Up. I gotta go, but I don't want to leave. This sucks. I'm trapped. Technically, I leave out about an hour early each day. That allows me time to get the stream going. That allows me time to get my stuff together. And it allows me time to, like, you know. The streams y'all see are my A+ best effort. Y'all would not like me if I did low-grade stuff. I'm not proud of my library one, just because without... The librarian was very cute. They were very sweet people, and the other librarian was a very sweet lady. I thanked them for their service because, honestly, librarians are on the front lines in the battle against illiteracy, a war that America is currently losing, so give more support to your local librarians, folks. But I never got the... I either didn't... Okay, I'll be honest with you, I didn't feel comfortable with how many people were crowding into the library. I don't have an editing software for my phone to where I could just, you know, one swipe and get rid of all the people. So I decided to forgo it. I will, and they already said that it probably wouldn't be a problem, just ask. But it's one of those, I want to show y'all what the library's interior looks like. But y'all get it, I'm sure. If you're in my audience, surely you get it. I didn't want to be rude or to be one of those streamers. And yeah, I could have just walked up in there, walked around, talked quietly to my phone and hidden in my wherever, and maybe I'd have gotten away with it. And yeah, technically in Georgia I could have gotten away with it because Georgia's Georgia's a one-party recording state. It's the same reason why if you have people over, and I shouldn't give this particular advice, but if you have people over and you want to Barney Stinson that and record everything, technically in Georgia you can. Other than children who are the one exemption, and for that I mean in all recordings, you're just not allowed to record kids, and I'm fully cool with that. But beyond that, you're not allowed to record children, and that's the only ones you're not allowed to record. Everyone else, all you have to have is your own consent to record. For private use, that is. That's why I'm still hesitant about the library magazine that I uploaded. Those are all the pages out of it. That's just the latest news from the library. One day I'd like to possibly interview one of the librarians, but I have a couple that are earmarked for I'd rather interview them because they're professional doctors or masters of the library. I don't know, y'all. I'm trying to think of the proper words. And oh, for anyone who was curious, yesterday's final count was 11 5/4 of a mile. So 11 mile, well, according to the Google Walker, it was 11.5 miles. Today I'm about to walk 4 at least to get into work, and then probably after work 4 more to get home. If I get a ride home, there won't be an afternoon stream like that, but I will do a live stream in Ithaca or that's Assassin's Creed, or in Saints Row because I'll have much more energy. Right now I don't think y'all would have enjoyed watching me do Saints Row or Assassin's Creed just because, I'll be honest y'all, the walk's gonna wake me up, but I'm fighting to keep my eyes open. But my day off, I had to go to the lawyers. My day on, I'm about to head into work, give y'all a fun about 2-hour live stream, give or take. And after that, I'll be at work for the foreseeable, probably about 9 to 10 hours. Then we'll close that shop down, and we will head on back home. By hook or by crook, we will make it, y'all. I don't know. I said the phrasing and my stomach dropped a little because I never really studied what that actually means. But y'all, be good, be safe. If you're catching this in the future, I personally appreciate all of y'all that show up and show out. Benito, Isaac the God, my regulars, David, I know you're probably definitely not going to see this, but if you do, I appreciate you. Just anyone who shows up and shows out. Eventually I got to start making a list so I can do proper like credits and such. My plan on the credits is I'll talk about that more in the morning shift or walking into work. That way I complain a little bit less about the rich assholes. But alright, y'all, be good, and we will see you later. I think I made the roof a little too low. But alright, y'all, stay safe out there, hydrate, bye. Also, remember, if you're going to do direct action, take care of yourself first. You can't help anyone if you're dead. Too many martyrs. Be good. Bye.